Care overhaul, millions of unemployed Americans are desperate for insurance coverage. Some pay out the nose for their COBRA coverage here, and the provision, COBRA is, that mandates workers who lose their jobs still will get access to their health insurance plans. But it's expensive because your former employer no longer picks up a big chunk of the premium. Well, let's get real. Remember Gail Hudemaki of Maine? She got laid off from her job with a cable company and outlined for us how expensive it is for her to maintain health insurance. She sent me an update on Facebook. I just received notice that effective January 1st, 2010, the rate for my COBRA coverage is increasing from $916.53 per month to $1,145.88 per month. That's an increase of $229.35 per month, or 25%. Of course, if the policyholder wants to pay the monthly premium online, there's an additional $30 per transaction fee. I've read that Representative Joe Sestak has sponsored H.R. 694 to extend COBRA relief benefits for up to 24 months. Who knows if or when this bill will pass? If I forfeit COBRA coverage now and the bill passes, I won't be eligible anymore. If I keep COBRA, I have to pay the $1,145 and change per month and hope the bill passes. Well, Representative Joe Sestak, the Democrat from Pennsylvania, joins us now. Gail, you ask, you receive. Here he is. Where does this COBRA relief bill stand?
It is down in the committee, and we have heard both from the Labor Department of the administration, who has called our office and expressed interest in this bill, and we've also been in conversations with the committee. I cannot predict exactly what's going to occur, but if I had to put odds out there, I think you'll see this wrapped into what's being called a job creation bill over the month of December. I've gotten scores of those emails like the ones you just mentioned. There's been 15 million Americans today that are hunting for jobs. And what our economic stimulus bill did last February, in addition, is it said if you're laid off, the government will provide 65% of the cost of your health care premiums of the plan your employer used to pay for. This is very important, not only for the health care of the individuals like the woman that you had just read the email, but it's also important because we don't want to have an increase in unemployment because health providers are actually not having people come in for health care except when they're acutely ill, come into the emergency room, and then they eat it. And when they eat that cost, they can't keep as many people employed in the hospital. I saw that in my district.
Yeah. You know, it's incredible to me that you have lawmakers embracing extending unemployment benefits. It seemed like that passed fairly easily.
Yes.
The housing impetus for new home buyers, another $8,000, that's been extended. Why wasn't COBRA just part of those unemployment benefits? Because after all, you're pointing out, if it's to help people who've been laid off, it seems like this would be a big help.
Once again, people don't see the immediate impact of our impact on our economy from doing this. They see that unemployment benefits are spent by people to keep the retail shops open, as well as making sure people can buy food. They see that this tax cut for houses, which I was supportive of, keeps the housing market rebooming, but they don't see that there's an economic benefit from people going in to the factory of a hospital and getting preventive care. This issue, I think, is as if not more important than the other two, and this is one that everybody should keep writing their senators, writing their representatives for.
So in terms of Gail's question about should she stay on COBRA and pay the higher premiums until this relief comes through, or should she let COBRA go at this point and search around for a cheaper plan? If you were betting, would you bet that this COBRA relief is going to pass and pass soon?
Boy, I'll tell you, no one's supposed to, as a politician, tell people how to do their own personal, but I will do this. I honestly believe this is going to come through, and my concern if she gets off of COBRA is she's then on the individualized market, and maybe she gets a pre-existing condition and can't get back into a health care. That's the other thing about COBRA. If the individuals can stay on that plan and they get sick, they're covered, and insurance company can't throw them off. So I hope people are listening to this here today, because I think this is just key to our health and a focused workforce, as well as taking care of our economy so our hospitals don't lay off nurses and doctors. I saw this happen last January. A hospital in my district laid off 400 people because of this COBRA. They only laid off 80 because people were getting taken care of and paying their bills by the government subsidy. Representative
Joe Sestak, I appreciate you coming on and answering our viewers' question, and I want to thank Gail for keeping me updated. Remember, I'd love to hear from you too. You can reach